A black hotel employee responded in fluent French while her boss watched in shock. What happened next stunned everyone in the building. Maria Santos was wiping down the marble floors of the luxurious Metropolitan Hotel when her phone rang. She recognized the number immediately, her graduate school in Paris. After countless rejections for her international business program, this call could change everything. She answered quietly, hiding behind a decorative pillar. "Maria, this is Professor Dubois," came the voice, speaking perfect French. Maria replied fluently, discussing her application details while guests walked past. That's when she noticed the silence. Mr. Harrison, the hotel chain owner, stood watching with visible surprise. Her supervisor, Janet, glared with fury. "Phone now. Office. Immediately," Janet commanded. The walk downstairs felt endless. Maria was the only black woman in housekeeping with advanced education, something Janet constantly reminded her about. "No phones during shifts, especially speaking foreign languages," Janet scolded. "What was that? Spanish?" "French," Maria corrected, instantly regretting it. "I don't care if you were speaking Martian. Mr. Harrison saw you ignoring duties." The injustice burned through her chest. Receptionists took personal calls without consequences, but Maria knew the pattern. "You're assigned to conference center restrooms for 3 months. That night, Maria stared at her business degree on her apartment wall, crying silently. The next morning, she arrived early, determined to prove professionalism. The front desk phone rang. "Maria, HR wants you immediately." HR was on the executive floor. Territory housekeeping never entered. In the elevator, she remained invisible among executives discussing deals. "Mr. Harrison requests a meeting with you," the HR director said. The owner's office was larger than her entire apartment. "French, Spanish, Portuguese, Mandarin, correct?" Harrison asked, reviewing her file. Maria blinked in confusion. "How did you know?" "I requested your resume after hearing you yesterday." Harrison had noticed disturbing patterns in employee turnover among qualified minority staff. "Georgetown graduate, 6 languages, including Asian dialects, yet you clean my hotel instead of managing international relations? I sent 47 applications to your relations department, all ignored, 12 internal transfers denied." "By whom?" "Janet and Director Phillips." Harrison wrote down names. Phillips constantly complained about lacking multilingual staff. "A European business conference starts tomorrow. I need someone fluent in French and Mandarin who understands cultural differences." "For cleaning their rooms?" Maria asked with sarcasm. "For coordinating the entire event. Starting today, $5,000 weekly." An hour later, Maria exited the elevator with a new badge. She encountered Janet. "What are you doing here without a uniform?" "International Relations Coordinator, Mr. Harrison's direct request." Janet's face paled. In HR, Maria met Zoe, a recruitment analyst who showed genuine enthusiasm. "I couldn't understand why someone with your credentials remained in housekeeping." That afternoon, preparing conference materials, Maria noticed incorrect French translations that could cause serious diplomatic issues. She corrected them immediately. "How did you identify the errors?" Harrison asked, observing her work. Previous translations used terms offensive in formal French business contexts. The next day began the conference. Maria moved gracefully among executives, switching effortlessly between languages, facilitating connections normally taking days. During a break, Phillips approached with a fake smile. "Impressive work, Miss Santos. Janet clearly misjudged your capabilities." "Thank you. It's interesting how my Mandarin fluency was overlooked while you spent $50,000 on inadequate translation services." Phillips's smile froze. One businessman recognized Maria. "Aren't you the author of that paper on cross-cultural business communication?" He called colleagues to meet her. Harrison watched, noticing Phillips's discomfort. What Phillips didn't realize was that Maria was exposing an entire system of discrimination. On the fourth day, Maria noticed Phillips leading a nervous young woman to executive elevators. "Your French translation is acceptable," Phillips said, carrying a folder marked "Final Contract." Maria recognized the errors, the same critical mistakes from before. She hurried to Harrison's office. "Phillips is replacing my accurate translations with flawed versions from his nephew's company." "Are you certain?" "Everything is documented. Qualified candidates like me were systematically rejected while unqualified family members received contracts." Zoe from HR rushed in with hiring records showing consistent patterns of rejecting qualified minority candidates. Harrison reviewed the documents, his expression hardening. Phillips interrupted, claiming Maria mixed up translations. "Thomas," Harrison said, closing the door, "I'm seeing payment records for incompetent work while we have qualified employees cleaning bathrooms." "I don't know what you mean. We hire the best." "Your nephew has zero experience in formal French. He has no certification." Zoe placed printed emails showing the certification was fake. Harrison called an emergency board meeting. 2 hours later, the auditorium filled with managers and international executives. Harrison announced the systematic discrimination and nepotism discovered. Charts displayed hiring statistics and overpriced contracts. Ms. Santos, whom some knew only as a housekeeper, saved our company from disaster. The audience applauded as Phillips was escorted out by security. Later, Maria stood in her new office overlooking the city, finally allowing herself to cry, not from sadness, but from cathartic release. 6 years of cleaning while her potential was denied. She called her mother, who sacrificed everything for her education. "I did it, Mom." 6 months later, Maria had become Vice President of Diversity and International Relations. Her program identified 147 qualified employees in roles below their capabilities. The program expanded nationwide, transforming the entire hospitality industry. "The true power of a company isn't how much it makes, but the potential it unleashes," Maria said during a presentation. "Talent exists everywhere. What's lacking are opportunities." The room erupted in applause. If this story inspired you about overcoming barriers and fighting injustice, please like this video and subscribe to Black Era Voices for more incredible stories about people who turned obstacles into opportunities for change.